Introduction to the hire purchase system. Hire purchase system is a special system of purchase and sale of goods. Under the system, purchaser pays the price of the goods in installments. The installments may be annual, 6 monthly, quarterly, monthly, etc. Under the system of goods are delivered to the purchaser at the time of the agreement. Before the payment of all installment, but the title of goods is transferred after the payment of all installments as per the hire purchase agreement. The special feature of a hire purchase transaction is that the payment of every installment is treated as payment of hire charges by the purchaser to the hire vendor till the payment of the last installment. Usually, hire purchase contains following terms: the cash price of goods. Cash price means the price at which goods may be purchased against the cash payments. The hire purchase price. Hire purchase price means the total amount which is payable by the hire purchaser under the agreement. The date on which the hire purchase agreement will commence. The description of goods that will be delivered to the hire purchaser at the commencement of the agreement. The number of installments to be paid by the hire purchaser, and the description of such payment. The down payment, if any. The down payment means the amount which is required to be paid by the hire purchaser to the hire vendor at the time of commencement of the hire purchase agreement. Conditions for hire purchase. The goods will be delivered to the purchaser at the time of agreement. The price of goods will be paid by on the installments. Every installment will be treated to be the hire charges of the goods which is being used by the purchaser. The title of goods is transferred by the vendor to the purchaser on payment of the installment as per the agreement. The purchaser has right to use goods delivered. A hire purchase, also known as an installment plan, is an agreement whereby a customer agrees to pay to a contract to acquire an asset by paying an initial installment and repays the balances of the price of the assets plus interest over the period of time. In a hire purchase agreement, the hire purchaser has to pay up to the last installment to obtain the ownership of goods. If the hire purchaser fails to pay any of the installment, the hire vendor takes the assets back in its actual form without any refund of all the payments to the hire purchaser. The amount received from the hire purchaser through the down payment and the installment are treated as the hire charge by the hire vendor. The act of recovery of possession of the asset is termed as repossession. Repossessed assets are resold to any other customer after repairing or reconditioning. Any figure relating to repossessed assets are segregated from the normal hire purchase entries. Repossession are then accounted for the separate goods deposit account. So far as the repossession of assets are concerned, the hire vendor can take back the whole of the assets, or therefore depending on the agreement between the parties. Complete reposition. In the books of the purchaser, under these circumstances, the purchaser writes off the vendor's account by transferring the balance to assets account. Assets accounting is to be closed by the creating the vendor's account and the balance to be transferred to PL account for the amount as loss on surrender. In the books of vendor, repository's goods account is debited with the corresponding credit to the purchaser's account, with the balances standing in the books at the time of the reposition. Partial reposition. In the books of the purchaser, under the circumstances, vendor's account is debited and the asset account is credited with the agreed value of goods repossessed. Since the entire goods are not repossessed, assets account will be balanced for the goods not repossessed, which will be equal to the depreciated value of the assets not repossessed. In the books of vendor, repossessed goods account is debited and the purchaser's account is credited with the agreed value of goods repossessed. The purchaser account will leave a balance which will represent the balance due from him.